Our top story continues to be the flood cleanup in Windsor, Essex. Today, some high-profile help arrived, giving waterlogged residents another new option for removing all that flood debris. A relief group that has dealt with disasters such as the Fort McMurray fires and Hurricane Katrina are now in the area to help. CTV's Angelo Aversa spoke with some of their workers this afternoon. He joins me now with that story.
Michelle, good evening. The group's name is Samaritan's Purse, and it is a national Christian disaster relief organization which provides aid to victims of disaster, poverty, and disease, among other areas. Their disaster relief unit is set up at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church in Lakeshore and is outfitted with essential disaster recovery equipment, from generators and pumps to hand tools and safety gear. But they're not the only ones who will be busy over the next few days.
There is no cost to the homeowner, and there's no cost to the municipality.
As flood costs are sure to mount for homeowners, Samaritan's Purse has offered their service free of charge.
We will send an assessor out to their house to assess the extent and type of work that has to be done.
A work crew will show up shortly after.
We will prepare the basement to the level where the homeowner can then decide whether to rebuild or just leave it exposed.
Samaritan's Purse has been responding to national disasters since 2005, and the extent of damage here in Windsor and Tecumseh is nothing Steve Elliott hasn't seen before. The group's disaster response coordinator says they already have over 30 work orders in less than 24 hours.
We have assessors out there now looking at the jobs that have to be done, and the work crews, the volunteers, will be starting to come in tomorrow.
The group is able to offer their services for free, thanks to an international donor base.
We have a lot of donors who say, yeah, I believe in what you're doing. Keep up the good work.
The Home Hardware Building Center on Lesbronce Road has kept extra people on the clock just to keep shelves filled.
Shop vacs, dehumidifiers, mold spray, mops and buckets.
Co-owner Kimberly Segan-Gauthier tells CTV News people aren't wasting any time fixing up their damaged basements.
Especially with Christmas coming up, right? As silly as that sounds, people would be renovating anyways, but I think there's just that much of a rush now.
We're working at it still. There are emergencies.
Parker Construction hasn't slowed down since the heavy rain last Thursday.
We've been in water from 4 feet deep. We found in 4-level back splits to, wet carpet that was caused by sewer backup in a floor drain or sump pump overflow.
In fact, it's been so busy, Parker has had to bring in a handful of other DKI companies.
When they came in, they couldn't believe it because, of course, Lesbronce Road, I couldn't believe it. 7 o'clock Lesbronce Road, the asphalt was wet. There was no lake.
Samaritan's Purse is anticipating to stay here for about 3 weeks, and Elliott says typically they can handle about 100 volunteers each day. If you would like to help, you could contact Samaritan's Purse through their link on our website. Michelle.
Wow, incredible. It's interesting to hear him say, oh, I've seen this before. It might actually help some residents who are really stressed out right now.
And what he said, what I thought was interesting too, was they're going to help physically. They're going to help take out all this stuff, repair the basement. What they also help with is mentally and emotionally dealing with these homeowners that have lost a lot of valuable stuff. They're there to talk to as well.
Wow, because that's an important part of it.
Absolutely.
This is very stressful what everyone's going through. Thanks so much for that update. Angelo Aversa tonight in the newsroom.